Okay, great guys. So let's continue and let's take a look at some pointers how to use adjectives that end with ed and how to use the adjectives that end with ing. So let's take a look at this picture right here. So there is a person, a man that is reading a book. So can you tell me, is this person interested or interesting? What do you think? Yes, exactly. So he is interested because he wants to read this book. And is this book interesting or interested? Of course, yeah. So it's an interesting book. So let's move on and see when do we use adjectives that end with ed. So ed adjectives are used to talk about feelings of a person. So usually you're thinking about how something makes you feel. So I am tired, which basically means I feel tired. You're talking about how you feel, so you're using the adjective that ends with ed. Okay, she is excited. So you are describing how she feels. So she feels excited. Again, you're using an adjective with ed. They are bored. So you're describing how someone feels, and you would use the same structure. So they feel bored. You're describing how you are feeling or how someone else feels. Okay? Let's take a look at this picture. Is Homer interested or interesting or exciting or excited? What do you think? So he's watching a movie, right? So he feels excited, right? Okay? So Homer feels excited. What about this one? So Lisa is also watching a movie, but she feels bored, right? Okay, so Lisa feels bored. You can also say Lisa is bored, okay? And let's take a look at this one. So Sideshow Bob is trying to kill Bart, so Bart feels, yeah, scared. There is another adjective that you can use for this kind of situation, and it's frightening? No, it's not frightening. It's frightened. So Bart feels frightened. You can also say scared, but you cannot say scaring. Next one. When do we use adjectives that end with ing? Okay, so ing adjectives are used to describe things, people, places, activities. It's basically how something makes you feel. Okay? So when you're describing a story, you can say that it is interesting. Okay? The story is interesting. You cannot say the story is interested, because a story cannot really feel, right? The story is interesting, and this makes you feel, right, interested. That monster is frightening. So you are frightened, right? Okay, and his speech is inspiring. Do you know what inspiring means? Okay, when you have an idea, right? So you're, I know, I feel so inspired that I want to talk about it, I want to write about it, I want to do something because I feel very inspired by his speech. Okay, so his speech is inspiring, so you feel Inspired. Great. Okay. So let's take a look at another example here. So this cat feels okay. And what is interesting? It's really difficult to tell, right? So here it's a joke because the sofa cannot be interesting like this, right? So this is a joke. So this story is very interesting. Not. Okay. Next one. What about this monster? Is this monster frightening or frightened? Okay, so a monster should be frightened or frightening? What do you think? It should be frightening. So that monster looks very frightening. Is it true? If you look at the picture here, is this monster frightened or frightening? Alright guys, so I can see that you're already getting a hang of it. So before we move on with our practice, let's take a look at some of these forms. I mean, basically the ed and ing forms of adjectives stay the same if you want to use it in the past tense. So you need to change the verb to be. And here you can see that you can use the I was amazed. So, you know, the adjective doesn't change, nothing really changes. And here you have the ing form, which is the situation was amazing. So what changes is the verb, right? So instead of saying I am, you will say I was. Okay, I was amazed because the situation was amazing. All right. So what about this one? Can you give me an example if you want to talk about when you were bored in the past? How would you say that? Okay, because something was boring. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so this is the only thing you need to keep in mind. If you want to talk about past experience, the only thing that changes is the verb. It needs to be in the past form. So what I want you to do now is to do this exercise. This is online, so I have sent you the link to this website, and this is a multiple choice exercise. You can basically check if you understand how to use the ed or ing adjectives here just by clicking on an answer. So let's take a look how to do this. So you have this sentence, I worked hard all day, now I feel, and then you have to choose tired or tiring. So what do you think, what would be the correct form? Tired or tiring? Okay, so tired, and then you select tired, and then you move on to the next question, and so on. You need to continue until you have selected all the answers. So you need to select one correct answer, and then you scroll all the way down, and here you will see before the comments you will see this button right here. It says check answers. So when you click on check answers, you will see the results, and you will see if your answers were correct. Okay? Do you have any questions?